So this video will be my tutorial for this small crown that I did for Drew's character Yoshi. I already did 4 of them, so I only have 1 left for the crown, and I'm gonna make this video tutorial so that I can always have something to look back, because for sure I'm gonna forget about it after I finish it. So I'm gonna be using 2.5 Clover Amore MMO with 4-ply Indophil yarn. First step is chain 2. So it's a very tiny crown, that's why it's not easy to make. Okay, and then I do a foundation chain, insert on the first chain, pull through, and don't pull through 2, pull through 1 only, and then pull through 2, chain 1 and make a picot. Here, please excuse my dirty nail. There's the first picot, and then insert on the first foundation that you did, and then another foundation, pull through 1 loop only, and pull through 2. So this loop here symbolizes your foundation. You're gonna insert your hook to that loop again. Okay, another foundation, pull through on 1 chain or 1 loop only, pull through 2, another picot. So this will be the second diamond on the crown, if you know what I mean. So here, so this crown, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 diamonds or triangle. We're gonna be making 4 triangle. This is the first triangle, the first picot, the second picot. Okay, and then insert on the loop, foundation loop, another foundation, pull through on 1 loop only, pull through on 2, and then insert on the foundation, pull through on 1, another foundation, pull through on 1, pull through on 2, and another picot. This is the third picot, so we'll be doing the last one, pull through on the foundation loop, make another foundation by pulling through on 1 loop only, then pull through on 2, another one, pull through on the loop, make another foundation, pull through on 1 loop only, and pull through on 2, and make a picot. This will be the last one, last picot. Okay, then insert on foundation loop, another or the last foundation that we're gonna do, insert on 1 loop only, and insert on 2. Okay, and then leave a long tail for sewing. So here is the finished product. So whenever I make this crown, I always make sure that I close this like this. Okay, so this is the wrong way, because if you notice, when we close it, the picot are inside. It should be outside, so it should be on the other side. Close it on the other side, and as you notice, the picot or the triangle, they are facing outward, so it will look like a crown. Okay, so we are going to sew it first before sewing it to the body or to the head. First, I'm gonna be sewing it together for an easier transaction. Char. Oh, so hard to insert this. Hold on. I will need to have a closer look so I can do it properly. Here you go. Oh, one strand was left behind. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna be sewing them together before I sew it to the head. So always remember, the picot or the triangle should be facing outside, and don't cut this other tail yet, because I will be sewing that to the head as well. So sewing should be your own way. There's no wrong, there's no right, as long as you're sewing it properly and no extra tail is peeking out of the head when you sew it to the head. Okay, it's close now. It should look like that. Then we are gonna be attaching that to the head, and I always make sure that when I attach it, it looks like this. And before I attach that, I always make sure that I use a pin to hold it in place for an easier transaction. Char. Okay, and then I'm gonna be sewing that on my own term. So sewing is your own skill. You have to learn how to do it properly. Okay, just sew it like that, and then just sew it around the crown, so the head will not let go of the crown. Then let's just remove the pin, and just you don't need to complicate it. You just have to always remember to attach it properly to the head, so you know you then need to make sure that you sew it you just have to make sure that you sew it very carefully like that. And then what I do when I end this is just that I just sew it and just look for some place at the back of the head. This is where I'm gonna be closing it, and then the other tail, I wanted to insert to the needle. Make sure it's, and then I'm gonna be sewing it here, same on the same place of the first tail, so when I make a knot, they are together. Okay, make sure your crown is properly attached, and then to close it, just make a knot I always make sure to make a knot twice for security, and then cut the yarn, throw it away, and just hide it using anything you have there. So I use my long jumbo needle. Just hide that yarn. Okay, make sure it's not peeping. And there you go. The crown is already attached. I like it so much. So, now I'm gonna be finishing it. Yeah, bye.